Okay, everyone, welcome to the StockPickProfits.com Market Daily Update. It is the first day of October, 10/1/2018. What a wild day in the markets today, huh? Let's, while everybody's signing on, we'll go over a little bit of the legalities. Past performance is no indicator of future performance. We are not registered investment advisors. Nothing in this broadcast should be taken as an offer to buy or sell any security. Always consult a professional. And this show is for entertainment purposes only. That was a pretty wild day in the market. Welcome, our first person, Savar. Seems like things are getting a little better for you there, buddy. All right. So you know what? Since it's Monday, let's go ahead and start the show. And so it was an interesting day in the stock market today. Donald Trump got his deal with Canada. He got them on board with the new NAFTA deal, or the revamped NAFTA deal, and it's kind of interesting. There's subtle changes to it, and in a lot of this trade, that's all it is just little tweaks. Everybody's expecting these big dramatic changes and stuff, but really, what he's talking about is there's certain areas where trade is just not fair, and the trade deals are not fair, and he just wants to correct those. With Canada, there wasn't a whole lot wrong with it, and he wants it to be a deal that's good for both sides. That he's made that very clear, and he's kept that promise. So it made sense what happened with that deal. Let me send you guys the link for. There's an article, a good article on CNBC about the differences between the old deal and the new one. So let me just post that for you. So if you guys want to go read that, it's there. There you go. And other news, it wasn't a nuts day in the market though. I mean, we started up like 270 points up. The Nasdaq was just blasting. The S&P was just blasting. We hit about the middle of the day, and the market hit this channel. And then about 45 an hour before the market closed, the bottom just kind of came out of it, right? A little bit. Nasdaq went red. It tried to push back green, got it down to 9 points. And it's pretty much flat. The S&P held its gains. It's still holding that 2,900 level. It's flirting with that 2,925, which is another psychological level. When you get to these all-time highs, this is new ground, right, for the stock market. And even on your stocks, when they go to these all-time highs, it's new ground. So what you want to do is you want to kind of keep an eye on it, but what happens is other things come into play. First, you want to watch your charts, your candlesticks, and things like that, your moving averages and all that. But another good way to watch them is to just kind of see how they play against. See how they play against the psychological side of it, which is your round numbers. Like on your S&P, everybody will watch 25, 50, 75, and 00. On your big board, on your Dow, it's a little easier, right? Usually it's just either you hit those 10,000s or you don't, right? 29,000, 30,000, 28,000. And then the Nasdaq, it's pretty much those thousands. Plus you've got a little bit of your bigger round numbers. But on that S&P, that 2925 is kind of an important level psychologically. And it held real strong around there. And a lot of it was because of that deal with getting Canada on board. And yeah, so it was a wild day in the market, except for that last 5-minute, 10-minute bar. We were pretty much selling down there. And a lot of the stocks recovered. We opened up a new bullish position today in T for you guys following along. And you can kind of see it. Like, we've got one speculative stock play on the board. We've got Twitter. We've got one tech stock on the board. That's XLK. But other than that, everything else we're playing are good stocks with great track records, and they're not speculative stocks, so you don't get all the nonsense with them and stuff. So right now we're playing T, Oracle, and Verizon. Verizon's pushing out this 5G, and they're making some good progress on it, and that seems to be buoying the stock. The stock ended up closing up pretty nicely today. Where'd Verizon close here? Let me just check real quick if these pop-up ads stop. If you guys ever make a quote app, an app for quotes, you guys remember something. Pop-up ads are no-nos on these. We will delete them the minute we see pop-up ads. But yeah, Verizon closed up almost a whole percent. Oracle closed up about 0.5%. We just opened that trade today, so it kind of floated around that 33.50. It closed at 33.49. But we're right around the money on those, and we're going to stick to those kind of plays. We're rolling into earnings season right around the corner, right? I think Bank of America and the big banks started off on the 19th or the 18th, something like that. Which would be interesting, right? Because your monthly options expire on the 19th also, too. So you've got a witching day on that day. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of madness, right? Right now, we're staying away from banks. Banks are going through a funk right now. They should be doing very well, but they're not. You see Bank of America today. Where'd Bank of America end up closing? Had too many stocks on the watch list. Yeah, see, Bank of America is still stuck in that $29 range, and it's pretty much across the board for JP Morgan and Citi and all the other ones. So we're kind of stepping back from banks right now. We wanted to get involved in banks, but they just didn't react on Friday, and even today they didn't react. They didn't react when the Fed raised rates. Interest rates are a bank's friends, right? Ignore the yield curve and stuff right now. I mean, it doesn't really seem to affect the market one way or the other anyways. But that balance sheet is what's important, right? Rolling into earnings season. So we'll see if banks start getting a little life there. But right now, we're stepping back from banks if you guys are those bank players. A couple of our regular viewers were talking about stocks, right? Iridium and stuff. Iridium had a good day today for you viewers that are following along. We're not playing that stock, but one of our viewers is. And we've been mentioning it. Iridium had a good day today. It actually popped up about $1, but it's settled down. I think it closed even for the day. And then we had that ROKU, right? ROKU. One of our regular viewers is talking about shorting ROKU. ROKU had another good day today. It might be getting into that no man's land though, where something dramatic is going to happen to it one way or the other. So it was a wild day in the markets for us as a service though. It was kind of a quiet day, right? We opened up that trade we talked about on T. We've got the Oracle and we've got the Verizon plays going. We love the Verizon play. It's got that great 5G push coming and stuff. Verizon got a lot of things going for it. And we're rolling towards earnings season, you know what I mean? So it should get a little momentum up. We love Oracle. Oracle got had a little rough day today. It ended up down about 9 cents, but that's fine. It's still right around that channel. But the guy that went on vacation that used to run their cloud division, I guess overnight he announced that he just wasn't coming back. Most people on the message boards, it seems like the traders were smarter than everybody else on this, because over the last few days, that's been the talk. And most traders felt like he wasn't going to come back, so they weren't expecting it. Obviously, the analysts were a little bit caught a little bit more flat-footed as usual, right? That's why we tell you, if you want real stock news and you want real stock chatter, you go to the message boards. You got to decipher the bullshit from the truth, but you do too with the analysts too, right? But one thing about it is the traders have a vested interest in what they're talking about. So that makes a big difference. You go to these analysts, look, they got caught flat-footed on that Oracle. It's just like they did with Snap, right? I mean, they were talking about a $5 target when it was at, $9. I think since that call, we made that one play where we made a couple 100% on it on the bounce, but it's kind of fluctuating around that $9 level too right now. They all called $5, but that was at the point where it was down 50% on the year. So again, they got caught flat-footed. The traders were ahead of them. So again, don't get your advice from the analysts. Get it from the traders. We know what we're talking about. So, and the other news is, it's kind of big news, was Elon Musk, right? He settled with the SEC. That was his big mistake last week, right? He was offered a settlement and he passed on it. Oh, anyways. So the stock got a nice bounce out of it today. I believe Tesla was up about $40, right? When it closed at. Oh, I took it off the watch list because yeah, we're not going to play Tesla, so regardless. So I took it off the watch list. But at one point I was looking at it, it was up about $40. So had a good day, but it also had some good production news too, that they might have I think it was sold 80,000 cars or something like that, which is good for Tesla, but let's remember with Tesla, Audi is breathing right down their neck, and they've got a little bit more mainstream delivery system and production system, and that's going to hurt Tesla in the long run. It's nice and it's a relief rally. because Elon took the deal and there was some good production news, but there's just not a whole lot to Tesla right now. People are still going to be squirmish about getting into the stock as far as funds and stuff. But look, it's a darling stock. People will buy Tesla no matter what. You know, I mean, there's a fan base to it. So other than that, it was kind of a, you know, like I said, it was a wild market day. You know, the beginning was really interesting. Then it kind of settled down into a channel. We got that last sell down in about the last hour. And then we got a little pop there at the last couple bars. And it's encouraging. So we'll see how things shake out overnight. What's up, Kona? So we'll see how things shake out overnight as people get a grip on this trade deal and we start seeing what's going on. We don't have big economic news this week, but we've got a couple reports that are fairly important. Tomorrow, we've got a couple Fed speakers that'll be talking. One of them is Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman. So we'll keep an eye on that. It could move the markets. It might not. But we'll keep an eye on it. Other than that, we're just kind of rolling towards earnings season. We're picking our spots very well, and we're going with good stocks, with good financials, and mainstream, widely held with funds and things like that, rather than the speculative types. We're not playing the snaps and stuff like that right now. It's just too weird of a market, and it's not the right time for that. Right now is the right time to get into these better stocks. Especially about maybe 2 weeks away from earnings season, we'll start seeing a push on the good stocks. Anyways, so I guess let's go to the comments and let's check it out. Welcome everybody. Let's see, Flory, welcome. Roland, Savar. Thank you guys for showing up today. Let's call it a show. Let's go get some rest because it's going to be a long week. It's going to be a very active week. We were talking about that last week, rolling into this week. We were talking about with the members how it's going to start getting very active here, especially as we get closer to that earnings season. Now, when an event like this morning happens, we kind of step back. We let it work its way out that first hour, and we kind of followed it and stuff. We had our watch list. We ended up going along on T. And like I said, we'll add that to the Oracle trade, the Verizon trade, and the T trade. Anyways, gang, let's call it an afternoon. It was an interesting day. It was a wild day in the markets. You know what I mean? It was a lot of fun as usual. All you members, we'll be back with some updates and stuff, but we're feeling real good about where the portfolio is right now. You HGA members, you know, you guys got a big update coming. If you are not getting this kind of support, getting this kind of information, getting this kind of insight, there's a link right there. You can go ahead and click it if you want to at least find out about it. Check it out. But other than that, we are going to call it an afternoon. It was an interesting trading day, and we're really looking forward to tomorrow. We want to see how this market opens tomorrow. Let's see futures overnight, and let's see how the market opens tomorrow, because that was a lot of news to digest. And in a way, it was disappointing. In a way, it was almost anticlimactic, right, with this Canada deal. The mainstream press does not want to give any credit to President Trump. So naturally, every article out from them was that it's just NAFTA, that's all, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not just NAFTA, okay? Go to the link and see what the tweaks are. He got the tweaks he wanted on it, and it was a good deal for everyone. What's wrong with a good deal for everyone? Why is the media so upset about that Trump might have got a good deal too? You know, they were all salivating their chops waiting to see this deal so they could say, oh, Canada screwed Trump, right? But it didn't happen. Sorry, Charlie. Anyways, so yeah, like we said, we want to see how these futures play overnight. Let's see if we get in a little bit more news cycle. It was a real quiet news cycle today. Really, the SCOTUS confirmation hearing is just kind of in cruise control right now. You've got the typical political shots being taken at each other. 99% of what you're hearing is lies, and that's typical. It's all agenda based, and everything's manufactured and remanufactured to fit talking points, right? So you guys actually remember the advice we always tell you. Go read the articles yourself. Go watch the testimonies yourself. Go watch the clips yourself. Don't take people's word for it, especially the media. Jesus Christ. Who trusts those guys? They don't even trust each other. Anyways, so look, let's call it an afternoon. It was a great day. It was a fun day, man. It was really a fun day. We had a lot of fun. Hope you had a lot of fun. If you didn't have a lot of fun, click that link and you will start having fun. Okay. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll be right back. We'll be back right after the market. We'll see how those futures go overnight, and let's see if we get a little follow through tomorrow. Okay, that's what we want to see. You know, it's always nice to have these gaps on news and stuff, but until you get a little follow through, it's real difficult to make money, right? Because it's hard to see the news come in. It's hard to play gaps, things like that. What you like to see is some news come in and give you at least 2-3 days of move, right? Nice action and stuff. Let's see if we get that tomorrow. Okay, gang. So you guys stay cautious out there right now because it's kind of a shifty market. You know, we've got the nice green days from the S&P and the Dow. We got a nice flat day from the Nasdaq, that's what they call it, right? And the VIX is still stuck down there, 12-13. It's not showing any volatility at all. We'll keep an eye on banks, and we'll keep talking to you guys about that if we see any opportunities. If you guys have any ideas, you guys post them too. But let's go ahead and keep an eye on banks because they are not reacting. They're reacting adversely to all this when they should actually be getting a little bit of fury from it. So we'll see how that goes. And we'll be back tomorrow after the market. You guys have a fantastic afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. All right. We'll talk tomorrow.